KD Beats. KD Beats.
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
So they come out, right? And I look at them and they still got on the same they be wearing at the club.
You bring American money?
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. A chance to warp back in time to change your fate. Back to before you made the wrong choice. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frankel & Frankel. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frankel first.
Beats Planet.
Probably use a new intro or something, man. Y'all, yeah, you just can't be doing the same old all the time, man. We got to, change it up a little bit. We might have to work on that. Get a new intro, and as long as we can incorporate the blue flame in it, you know what I'm saying? I don't ask for a whole lot. I mean, as long as we incorporate the blue flame in there. Hey, man, what's up with y'all, man? Come on in. Top of the morning. Here. What y'all doing? Y'all all right? Chat. I be working a lot, and I drop multiple pieces of content and all that. And it feels like I stream every day. It's not true.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
That's not a real thing. I feel like I stream all the day, but all the time, every day, but I really don't. You get your film and you'll get your thoughts, opinion videos. Marcus Harrison calls it sober Voch. You get those, and draft conversation is coming. You get your Doing All Right episode with Brian Brothers every single night, man. But it's just in my mind, though. In my mind, I be thinking, in my mind, I think that I go live every day when I really don't. I really don't. So if I haven't gone live in a while, it's not that I'm avoiding you guys. I just thought I went live. I forgot. I thought I went live. I just thought I went live. You know what I'm saying? And you know, algorithm wise with the YouTube stuff, there's no excuse. With the YouTube stuff, you know, you got to space this stuff out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to find a way. We're going to find a way to get things going, though. I hope all y'all doing all right. I hope everybody's doing okay. Shouts out to the Frankles and all that. Frankel and Frankel. Y'all go to frankelfirm.com. Call a number 214-333-3333 if you ever been in an accident, or if you get into an accident, call them. They'll make sure they hold you down. Got some stuff to talk about today, man. And the phones are lit. So if y'all want to tap in, y'all can feel free to do that. It's been a while since I got a chance to chop it up with y'all. So whatever it is that you guys wanted to chop it up about, y'all can feel free to holler at me. We can take this whatever way that you want to. I also dropped another video a little bit before this because I was impatient. That video was for Bleach Report. This is the funny part, right? Bleach Report hit me up and they want me to do a show every Wednesday. But I understand that if I do a show for Bleach Report, I'm going to take that video and repurpose it and do something else. So the Bleach Report people were perplexed and confused about why I get on the Bleach Report. Hey, y'all, man, I'm on the Bleach Report app, man. Thank y'all for tapping in. Y'all download the Bleach Report. Tell all your friends to download the Bleach Report app. All right, here's the content. Here's my thoughts about what somebody on YouTube said. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? F y'all. And it was like, man, Voch, what you mean? What you mean? So I had to address people, YouTube people on Bleach Report, but that video is out on YouTube now, so it makes sense. So y'all go tap in with that. It's just a lot of conversation that was going around with this draft pick of ours, and y'all can feel free to tap in with me and let me know. But there's people in the comments that they say a lot of weird stuff. They say a lot of weird stuff, but the comments are very safe. The comments are very safe, and I'm gonna say this a lot so those particular people can hear me. So if they think I'm talking about them, they would be correct. The comments are very safe. But man, we got phones for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have phones for you guys to tap in with me and say what you like. So I would love to push a little bit of conversation with y'all. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit of draft today. We're gonna get into some other things. We're gonna make my PrizePicks, of course. We're going to take some calls, okay? Going to tap in with some calls. But before we do all that, chat, have we ever seen and look, just bear with me, right? I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. Have we ever seen a Cowboy team relatively, right? Relative to the talent that we have, a Cowboy team so terrible. Have we ever seen that? Have we ever seen that? I feel like we've had worse Cowboy teams than this. Like in my mind, I feel like we've had worse Cowboy teams than this. But I feel like it's not reflective of that. It's not reflective of that. You know, I was born in 92. So I didn't get a chance to see Troy Aikman and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like my family were, Cowboy fans this whole time. But me being a young boy, I didn't get a chance to see the Glory Day Cowboy stuff. I was a little one when it happened. So when I got into Cowboy land, it was like Martin Gramatica and shit. You know what I'm saying? Drew Harrington. I had to deal with some of those characters. I had to deal with the nonsense quarterbacks, right? But even when I got older in my Cowboy tenure, I've had to deal with the what's my man's with the Brandon Whedons and the Matt Castles of the world, right? Like we've had to deal with those guys. And I feel like even with those guys, Ben DiNucci, like whoever, pick a guy. I feel like even with those guys, I don't think we've ever been as bad as we are right now. The Cowboys are hot ass garbage right now. And we keep looking at the team going, look, we was talking about the Giants or whatever. They were like, oh yeah, Voch, we'll beat the Giants. But dog, I don't even know if we'll beat the Giants. The Giants got the same amount of players we got. The Giants got a good wide receiver. We got a good wide receiver. They got problems at O-line. We got problems at O-line. They got 3 stars on defense. We got 3 stars on defense. Everybody else kind of trash. Shit, we the Giants. We the Kyle Lorden. Thank you. We the Giants. I feel like I don't remember a team being this hot ass garbage. Record says we're worse than Dak's leg injury last year, if I remember correctly. Hey, I just don't recall a time where we go out and we look as bad as we look. Where we get blown out at home. Where we get blown out away. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that have happened this year that just don't feel normal. It don't feel normal to me, right? A part of me in one of my post-game shows the other day, I tried to just chalk it up to like Kellen Moore, right? Like, all right, Kellen Moore is gone. When Kellen Moore is there, he can make Cooper Rush look serviceable and we win some football games. But if it ain't Kellen Moore, good luck to you. If it ain't Kellen Moore, good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? And that seems to be what the case was. Like Dak, as much as people kind of fuss about him or whatever, and if y'all want to fuss on another video, go check out my last video in the comment section there, and we could just kind of fuss over there. But Dak Prescott has always had an offense under Kellen Moore, at least. He's always had an offense that was like number 1, number 2, number 4, like top 5 or something, right? And even Kellen Moore had his challenges, but that offense was enough to win you football games. To make sure that your defense wasn't in such a terrible situation and to at least win you football games. Dog, we're getting blown out regardless. We're finding a way to get blown out regardless. Even if we do well in the first portion of the game, we end up blown out regardless. And I'm like, how? And I just eventually ended up watching the film again, man, and I was just befuddled and set back by how careless Mike McCarthy and his player management is. How Mike McCarthy and his player management is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we keep saying the offensive line is bad. I feel you. The offensive line has not put out a good product per se, and Terrence Steele get whooped a lot. Why is Terrence Steele on Danielle Hunter by himself? Work off. Get some more of that. Some volume. Why is he on Aiden Hutchinson by himself? When Micah Parsons plays against another team, they'll put a tackle, a guard. Shit, last year the Lions put 2 tackles out there. They brought in Skipper from the sidelines. They could go out there and look at that. A running back, a tight end. A good team will find a way to make sure Micah Parsons does not wreck the game. Mike McCarthy, I don't even want to say the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy has not found a way to make sure that Aiden Hutchinson don't wreck a game, that Nick Bosa doesn't wreck a game, that Danielle Hunter doesn't wreck a game. Insert stud that plays on the right. TJ Watt doesn't wreck a game. Mike McCarthy at no point has he done a thing to mitigate that. I'm just a dude with a camera and a microphone, but I would have put a running back over there. Hey, put a running back over there. I'd have at least done that. I'm looking at Kevontae Turpin. Chad, I know Jerry like to come out in the media and act like we don't know nothing. Jerry Jones like to come out into the media and act like we making stuff up. The media making stuff up. But man, we all felt like we all felt like Kevontae Turpin was fast. Kevontae Turpin runs fast. Some of us called them juice guys. Will still calls them explosives. We all knew Kevontae Turpin was one of the most explosive players on your damn roster. Mike McCarthy finds a way to not get him going. He writes in the playbook different type of skills to not get him going. We just finding out Kevontae Turpin run fast? And everybody tagging me to the analytic. Oh, well, Kevontae Turpin's touchdown run is the fastest miles per hour run by a player since the year 2021. Man, we knew this. I know people gonna be sick of the war call, but boy, I got one more. I got one more, dog. I got one more. I know people be mad at the war call when I hit it a whole bunch, but boy, I got one more. All right, so Cavante Turpin has the fastest run since like 2022 or something like that, right? That happens early in the game. We don't go back to it. Just one. We don't go back to it. I've never seen such incompetence, bro. Me and Brian Brothers would be sitting. I'm not dropping any names on the floor. Let me make sure. We was talking to James Slater. I just want to make sure I'm not dropping no names on the floor. I'm not dropping no names nowhere. Just want to make sure I got everything together. Me 22. Me, Brian Brothers, and James Slater was talking to. We was talking to each other. My fault. I just dropped them. We was talking and we was like, hey man, Cavante Turpin, the show look good at running back, boy. The show look nice. Like, we've been talking about this for a long time. Let Cavante Turpin be a vertical guy. Or that one play, it was the Giants or something like that. He lined up inside and he ran the seam and ran past everybody there. It's like Mike McCarthy purposely chose not to get guys going. Chose not to get guys going. Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones, for that matter, spent the entire year spreading nonsense running back fake news propaganda. The whole year telling you this was running back by committee. The entire year. Meanwhile, when Dak was healthy, those games did get kind of close at the end. I mean, we lost, but they got kind of close at the end. So ain't no telling what a properly managed running back room would have done. They tried to sell you committee all year. When you see these teams drop 8 players in coverage, these teams drop 8 players in coverage and they encourage you to run the football. That's when you put scrubs at running back and don't play your true number one. But the minute your quarterback gets hurt and they don't trust Cooper Rush in the passing game, and then they decide to stack the box to take the run game away, that's when you decide that Rico's the one? Oh, that's when you decide that Deuce Vaughn need more carries than Zeke. That's when you decide. When it's all over, boys and girls, that's when you decide that Deuce Vaughn needs more carries than Ezekiel Elliott, that Zeke need to go sit down somewhere when they start stacking the boxes because they know that there's no threat for the pass. That's when you start. I got so many questions, bro. I got so many questions about how they operating things over there. Luke Schoonmaker's not a vertical guy. Luke Schoonmaker's no vertical threat. Why'd they try to make a passing threat, a deep vertical passing threat out of Luke Schoonmaker? Boy, Jake Ferguson get hurt and they need somebody to run to run to the flats. Boy, Luke Schoonmaker and damn Brevin Span Ford turn into a star. Just one war call. They turn into a star, don't they? They turn into a star, don't they? Huh? Boy, I saw a report that said, man, shit, Voch, like they didn't say man Voch, but when I read tweets sometimes I just assume that they talking to me. They say, man Voch, all year Cavante Turpin only ran a slant twice and one of them was a touchdown. Man Voch, did you know Cavante Turpin only ran a slant twice this year and one of them that we just had this week, one of them was a touchdown. Y'all want to guess what Turpin was doing the whole other time? Y'all want to guess what routes Turpin was running the whole other time. They said Turpin only ran 2 slants this year. One was last week for the touchdown. Y'all want to know all the other routes Turpin was running this year. Would y'all like to guess what route it was? I told you to write it down. I told you it was going to be on the test. I told you it was coming back. Would y'all like to guess what a route Kevontae Turpin was running the whole other time when he wasn't running his 2 slants? Thank you, Jeremy. He was running upfield and turning around. That's what he was doing. My boy was running upfield and turning around. Besides that, he was the designated gadget-looking play guy, and they took that away. He ran that down the field, turned around and went, ah. I love when they do that. Hey, y'all be watching the film? Turpin and Tolbert do that. They run down the field, but they got to run through the DB because the DB know the wide receiver ain't running deep, and then they got to push off the DB and they clap and they go, ah. Y'all saw that? Man, we talking about a coach that runs Deuce Vaughn up the middle and throws the football to Zeke. We talking about one of these, you know what I mean? Just 2 war calls, y'all don't need too much. We talking about one of them, dog. I be on patreon.com, bro. I just be looking at the plays sometimes and I be explaining to my Patreon characters. I be like, man, do y'all see how goofy this look? Y'all see how goofy this look? Y'all see how goofy that look, dog? I'm confused. I talked to Derek Eagles. It's confirmed we're gonna be on draft show this year. Goofy, man. I at least look at what Mike Zimmer does, and honestly, Mike Zimmer probably get fired too, bro. All the mics, really. I look at what Mike Zimmer does, and I go, you know what? Zimmer's overcoming injuries at least. Zimmer's overcoming injury, but he's looking at the injuries that he has to overcome. He's at least looking at that and going, all right, I need to do this to fix that. I need to do this to fix that. It's like we see Zimmer actively doing different shit every week. Overshawn got a different role every week. Let's just be fair. Louisville does something different every week. We're being honest here. We really haven't seen Micah get unlocked for real, but for the most part, I can see Zimmer do something different. CeeDee Lamb had 8 catches last week. Y'all want to guess what 5 of them was? Y'all want to guess what route CeeDee Lamb ran on 5 of them 8? Y'all want to guess? Oh, 5 out of 8. He probably ran 1 slant or 2. Bruce got it. See, he ran a couple slants, but for the most part, there you go, Jeremy. Check your notes. No, B Gamer, not quite. He ran some slants. I'm talking about 5 out of 8. He ran some slants. Hey, look, boy, Jeremy got the best notes in here, boy. Jeremy got the best notes up in here, boy. He ran on field and he turned around. He ran up field and he turned around. I feel like a good play caller wouldn't do that. You know? And I feel like if you had a good play call, I think some of your offensive woes just kind of go away. But y'all know how it go. Hey, y'all call into the show, man. 202-926-1127, access code 309104. Yeah, they asked CeeDee Lamb to block the defensive end. He wasn't even leveraged enough to block him. He wasn't even at the proper leverage to even block the guy. When he at the proper leverage to block him. Whatever. That's Kellen Moore playbook. That's a lie. The Eagles don't do that shit no more. The Eagles do not run on field and turn around. The Eagles. I actually can appreciate the Eagles a little bit, and I don't like giving them respect because all we do is fight on the internet. But clearly, like, Devontae Smith don't run the same routes that AJ Brown run. Or you can say that opposite, right? AJ Brown don't run the same routes that Devontae Smith run. Dallas Goedert don't run the same routes that AJ Brown run. AJ Brown run like a handful of routes. Devontae Smith has a bigger bag of routes. Cowboys, everybody run the same route. They run on field and they turn around. So I won't even put that on Kellen. I don't respect Eagle fans, but I'm not gonna disrespect Kellen Moore. I ain't gonna disrespect Kellen Moore. I watch him. And look, Jalen Hurts been funny looking. If you go find an Eagles fan will tell you Jalen Hurts look funny looking, and they don't really break this thing open until Saquon start running the football a little bit. But I gotta respect them. They don't just run upfield and just turn around like the Cowboys do. Kellen respecting the run game a little bit more, a tad bit more than Mike McCarthy's doing. I don't know. Chat. I got a couple of names that I'm targeting for draft season. Better not disrespect new Cowboys. Hey, they tell them, man. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm here for your draft questions if y'all got them. I'm here for whatever questions y'all have, honestly. If y'all have them. But I just wanted to run down my 6 or my 7 targets rather. And this isn't in any particular order. I know I said it on various episodes of Doing All Right, but I just want to keep saying it just so you guys have it clear. Number 1, Travis Hunter. Wide receiver, corner, Colorado. And we'll get a chance to see them in the playoffs allegedly. Ted McMillan. Wide receiver. I'm about to run film sessions on all these guys, by the way, so y'all be sure to tune in for that. Ted McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. Mason Graham, and I think me, Foots, J Tuck, and DMV gonna end up fussing about this all year. I know a lot of people aren't really feeling the idea of a one tech this early, or they're definitely not feeling the idea of a Michigan defensive tackle this early. Dude's a stud, man. We ain't gotta win no dress and play around. Michigan. Abdul Carter. Michael little brother. They're not brothers for real, but they damn look like it. Pass rusher or edge. Penn State. Ashton Genty, running back, Boise. Luther Burden, wide receiver, Missouri. If you got to go back and record that and write those down, then you can feel free to do so. Help yourself, but those are my guys. Those are my guys. 3 receivers, a running back, a defensive tackle on the edge. Those are my 6 guys. Those are my 6 guys. So when y'all hear me campaigning on my show, when y'all hear me campaigning on the draft show, whenever we do it, those are my 6 guys I'm looking for. All studs. Which is why I also think it's important to go ahead and lose the rest of these games. I know Alex, the Eagle fan, came up here talking about, hey, can y'all beat the Washington Football Wizards and give them a loss? No. I'm not. No. We have a plan here. We have a plan here. Okay? So tanking is the way. Tanking is the way, ladies and gentlemen. And we're probably going to get into a more extended quarterback conversation, I guess, but I'm not here for it. I don't think drafting quarterback helps you this year necessarily. Even though you want to know what does help you this year? the leader in daily fantasy sports, PrizePicks. Hey, man, that's what you got to do, man. Go to PrizePicks.com, man. Go win you some money. You can win 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times your money. Download the PrizePicks app. Go to PrizePicks.com, whatever works. Sign up. And listen, man, I just want to give you examples on how to do this, okay? That's what this stream is gonna, be about. Give you examples of how you can make money with PrizePicks. Say you go on there and you sign up and you use code VOCH, VOCH, VOCH. That's an easy code to remember. And let's say that you deposit $10 in there. I think 10 is a good round number. That'll get you a long way. You have to make a lineup of 2 to 6 players. Let's do that. Let's just do that right now. You can get those 2 to 6 players. You can pick many sports, whatever sport you feel like you an expert in. So look, NBA is going on, right? Let's just say Steph Curry is projected for 21.5 points. They'll give you an easy go at it, right? So I'll just pick more for Steph Curry. I don't know nothing about basketball, but I'm just going some. College football. Okay, let's see what they got for college football. I want to see, do they got Ashton Genty for college football? Because I know Ashton Genty's bound to run around. No, they don't have Ashton Genty? No, okay, cool. But you can use this cool little search bar to look for a particular player you're looking for. Wait till like close to the game, then maybe they'll have something for Genty. Let's go to NFL for the Thursday night game. Russell Wilson versus the Cleveland Browns. They are projecting that Russell Wilson throws 182.5 yards. You could pick more or less. I think he'll throw for more than 182. It's Cleveland. Cleveland probably roll over and quit. I'm gonna pick more for Russ. If Russ is gonna throw for more than 182 yards, I can only assume that George Pickens is gonna throw for more than 50. Is gonna catch more than 57 yards. So I say, yeah, George Pickens get more than 57 yards. If you like women's college basketball, Jeff Kavanaugh just taught me who Paige Buckers is. Buckers. Apparently she's like the best girl in college basketball right now. I don't know nothing about it in particular, but I bet I'll hit more. And if you look down at the point totals right here, or at the money totals, if I just play 5, I can win $50 and 10 times my money with just these 4. But let's go to MMA. I just want to see what happens with MMA. They got MMA. They got golf. They got Euro golf. They got racing, F1 racing. They got Counter-Strike. You can do whatever you want to do here, as long as you're an expert. But I'm just going to play my 5 for an opportunity to win 50. I'm going to submit my lineup. I'm going to hit go. They're going to process and say, all right, Voch, you cool to go. But this is what's going to happen here. When you play your 5, PrizePicks will instantly give you $50. You play 5 and PrizePicks will instantly give you $50. Assuming that you use code VOCH, VOCH, when you create your account. All right? PrizePicks. They're the leader in daily fantasy sports. Also, man, shouts out to the Frankels, man. Shouts out to FrankelFirm.com. If you've been in an accident, y'all go tap in with them, and they'll definitely get you a good little settlement. If you've been hit by a truck or a reckless driver, man, you go to FrankelFirm.com. You just look around, scroll around the website a little bit. You'll go to this bottom portion that says wins, and you get to see the hundreds of thousands of dollars that the Frankel Firm has won for people that got hit by trucks. So don't call the insurance company. Don't call your mama. She's just gonna panic. Call Frankel and Frankel. All right, at 214-333-333. Call them at 214-333-3333. And they will get you straight. All right. But you can be sure to call the Voch Lombardi show. Yeah. Y'all can be sure to call the Voch Lombardi show, and I'll definitely tap in with you, man. You know what I mean? Tap in with me. My number's on the screen. It's right there. Let me get Big A on the phone and see what he talking about. What's up, Big A?
Hey, Voch, how you doing, man?
Paige fine as hell. I ain't never seen Paige. What's good with you, Big A? What's happening with you?
I don't know. I was checking to see how you was doing. My bad, bro. I got to learn to quit. I got to learn to listen first.
Oh, nah, man. Nah. You look, you are good. I'm glad to have you here, bro. What's happening? What's good with you?
Not much. I got 2 points. One point I want to say is as regarding the draft order. I personally speaking, because we're kind of I feel like we now hit ourselves to a point where we're now in this little trend in this 5-game losing streak where what I've noticed is we play close in the first half, and then by the time we get to that third quarter, it's wraps. So if we continue what we're doing right now, I personally feel like we might actually go 3-14.
Sure.
The Giants are the one team where I'm like, I don't know. Something could happen there, but I personally don't feel like we're gonna. I personally, just based off of how the games have been going for us, I just don't see us winning another game.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being the case, and all the other teams up ahead of us, my biggest thing is I hope that we get past. I just hope New England. My biggest team I'm looking at is New England. If New England can win another game, and we can get underneath New England, I think we can easily fall to like maybe 5, maybe 4, but definitely 5, and get one of the players that you've been talking about.
Yeah. That's a great point there. But listen, I'm about to put this on the screen so everybody can see it. We're just kind of going to break down like the games that all these teams have to play. And I think we actually looked up in this situation that a lot of these teams in the top 8 or so, we're at 9. A lot of these teams in the top 8, a lot of them play each other. So they may be trash, but somebody got to win. And once those teams start winning, the course is going to, do his own thing. But I think if the Cowboys want to lock themselves into a top 5 pick, I think we have to take care of business and go ahead to lose to Carolina and New York.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. One last point I got, because granted, I know how you feel about the coach. I know how you feel about the upcoming coaching carousel that we're going to have, looking for coaching search that we're going to have.
Sure. I
know a lot of people out there are big on Prime. Now, mind you, I'm not against Deion Sanders, but personally speaking, especially for me personally speaking, I don't feel like he's the fit right now. If for any other reason, I feel like if you bring in Prime, that whole mess that you're going to deal with quarterback, you're going to have that talk around draft time, where it's going to be, is he going to draft Shador? Is he going to bring his son here? And if he brings his son, and personally speaking to me, I need to see how Deion coaches without his sons on his team, because he's never done it. Now, I'm not saying he can't do it, but I've never seen it. And the last thing I need personally speaking, nothing against Shador, nothing against Deion, but the last thing I need is more headlines about them messing around. They draft Shador in the top 5, and then we got Shador on the bench with Dak Prescott in front of him, and then we got a whole quarterback controversy sitting in Dallas. I just don't want to deal with that.
Jerry Jones would absolutely love that. But I appreciate you, Big A, man. Good call, bro. Good call. Hey, man, nobody loves a scandal and a controversy more than Jerry Wayne Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let me show y'all something real quick. I didn't get a chance to talk about this at length with Brian Broaddus yesterday. But we did make this point yesterday that these teams have to play against each other. Let's see, can y'all see it right here? Not quite. Let me move it over a little bit. I'll cover me up. It's fine. I don't care. We'll do it like this. So all the OGs with the bad eyes in the back can see. You feel me? You feel me? All right. So I'm just gonna break down or just react to the teams in the top 8 or whatever. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who's number 1, they're probably gonna lose to Houston. Allegedly, we don't know. Houston's looking kind of weird, but losing to Houston. Tennessee and Jacksonville, one of them got to lose. Jacksonville, New York Jets, some of them got to lose. Jacksonville Raiders, Jacksonville Titans again, Jacksonville Colts, bruh, somebody got to lose. Whether Colts are a 5-win team, so they're kind of away of us. They're kind of away from us. Hey, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars have a very favorable, can win a couple games out of this type schedule. I think they can do it. We'll see, but I don't think they'll be in first too long. The second team, the Tennessee Titans here. We got another Houston, so this is probably Houston sooner. I think Jacksonville may be off or something like that. So Houston could be a game. Washington could be another game. Jacksonville, we talked about Jacksonville. That can go either way. They'll probably lose to Cincinnati, maybe. Indy, Jacksonville again. something's got to happen. Something's gonna shake up at the top. I think it'll be great if Tennessee and Jacksonville split. If one wins one and the other win the other, and we just go from there. The Cleveland Browns. Oh, these old drafts. So that's a cool little metric. I can look at this. The Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh, Denver, Pittsburgh again, Kansas City, Bengals. Yeah, the Browns probably lose all these shits. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The Browns got a little gauntlet to go through. Jeez Louise. They had their bad games early. If anything, it's gonna be a surprise for them. But the New York Jets got Tampa Bay, Dallas Cowboys, the New Orleans Saints. I guess the Saints game could be a toss-up. The Saints probably beat them. Ravens, Falcons, Colts. So cool. The Giants probably won't win too many more. I mean, they probably won't win but one or two more, something like that. Raiders. Jacksonville, New Orleans. Patriots. Probably lose all these. Colts maybe, but they probably lose all these. A lot of these teams got some tough schedules coming up, man. Tough schedules coming up. The Jets can win all these games, honestly. I think the Jets are a talented enough team. They just out here losing, but they could lose all the rest of them. And then you got Carolina right here, who somehow done won 3 games and got themselves. They on the winning streak right now. They on the winning streak right now. Who they got? Kansas City. Okay, they gonna lose Kansas City, but then they play us down here, Philly, Arizona. So yeah. Hey man, Cowboys. Look. Long story short, Cowboys got to take care of their business. Cowboys got to take care. They got to take care of their business, and we control our own destiny, man. We control our own destiny, bro.
The conference has been locked.
Let's get 202 on the phone. See what they talking about. 202, what up?
What up, Voch? How you doing, bro?
What's good with your player? What you got for the show?
You can have me on the call, man. Long-time listener. And I just add to continue the conversation. Out of all those teams, we probably have the worst quarterback.
Yeah.
Giants. I don't think any of those teams have worse quarterback situations than we do. And also to ask, thank you for that great video you did. I'm a little bit nervous here. The great video you did about the should we draft Dak's replacement?
Sure.
The question is, do you trust Jerry or Steven to draft the right replacement? Like, look at their history.
Yeah.
Paxton Lynch, Johnny Manziel. These are the guys who they stood on the table for.
Yeah.
Remember, we lucked into Tony through Sean Payton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we lucked into Dak. Scott Linehan stood on the table for Dak because of the coach from Mississippi. Had some, connections and they took him in the 4th round after they missed out on, I think, Paxton Lynch or whoever they wanted earlier.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we should be drafting Dak's replacement. Like especially a team that relies heavily on draft and development, we should always be trying to improve every unit. But you can't trust these cats. I mean, how are we going to trust them, Voch? How?
No, that's fair. That's fair. Great point. And that's really what I'm telling people. Like, they want to roll the dice and just draft a new quarterback just for the sake of drafting them. But if you're going to get rid of Dak, and look, I don't mind you trying to move on from Dak, but you got to get better. You got to get better than Dak.
Thank you.
And a lot of these guys just aren't. They just aren't going to be better than Dak. So you might as well just draft another, draft a receiver, like a one tech for the defense, a linebacker, pass rusher, to at least try to be better for the overall team, to just try to carry Dak at least a little bit.
Thank you. And that's the price of paying for having a good team.
Yeah.
All those teams probably except the Jets, and a couple other teams. But without a quarterback, you have nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. And then we could easily be in the number 1 spot if we don't win any more games with 3 wins. And then hopefully then they can have a look at the entire draft and make a good decision. But you can't trust the Joneses. And I mean, in the off season, they do not use one lever of building a team. They do not use free agency. Okay? The drafting development, they don't. And then when they pick players who don't do well, it affects the drafting development scheme. Yeah. So you got a handicapped team, and then everybody's saying, "Well, Dak, you carried this abortion." Excuse my language. I'm sorry. You carry this mess into the season, and win games with no running game. McCarthy has lied about the running game for the past 2.5 seasons. He's lied about it.
Yeah. Hey, you ain't said nothing wrong, brother. You ain't said nothing wrong, brother. But I think Mike McCarthy has lost himself the job, and we'll just see wherever we go from there. Appreciate the call, brother. Great call.
All right, thanks, Voch. Thanks for the show, boss.
Yes, sir. That's a good ass call, man. That's a good ass call. Hey, man, you might as well just build around him. No quarterbacks or defensive tackles in the first round for me. Oh, man. I like Mason Graham a lot, but I do see a lot of defensive tackles on my list. And the good thing about being trash in the first round is that you trash in the second and third rounds too. So maybe you can get a defensive tackle there. But man, I'm ready to get a stud at one tech. I told Brian Broaddus on the last episode of Doing All Right, that speech that Will McClay gave about Mozzie, he meant to give it for Mason Graham. He was a couple years too early. He meant to give that speech about Mason Graham. Mason Graham from Michigan is a dude. And he's a dude. I don't mind taking because look, I can't be like I'll never take a D tackle in the first round, because if I get a guy like Quentin Williams, Jeffrey Simmons, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne type character, then we can go party with guys like that. You know, Jalen Carter, we can go party with guys like that. I think Mason Graham is in that ilk of guys. He just played for Michigan, and that's making people nervous or whatever. But man, Mason Graham can play, man. What up, brother Vaughn? Hey man, we ain't doing nothing. We just I was poo-pooing on Mike McCarthy early. You know, nothing crazy there. Y'all know how I do. And about to take this last call. Get up out of here. Read some supers and all that. Tap in with Myron. 678. What up? Who this?
What's going on, Voch?
What's good with your player?
I kind of wanted to ask about like the head coaching search. So last year Ben Johnson was interested in being a head coach, but I think he wanted around like 12 or 13 million a year. And I think Mike McCarthy right now is getting paid like 2 or 3 million. We know the Cowboys, they like to go cheap. So I know you like Ben Johnson, but I think he's a little out of our budget. I think he kind of knows his worth, and I don't know if Jerry's going to want to pay him. So I was wondering if there are any other names that possibly aren't Ben Johnson. I know Kellen Moore's been getting thrown around, maybe Clint Kubiak, Bobby Slowick. If we aren't able to get Ben Johnson, who would be on your list as a possible, if we can't afford Ben Johnson?
Appreciate you, big dog. Good call. I just looked it up, and I just looked up the salaries here. We're going to look at the highest paid NFL coaches here in 2024. Who's the highest paid coaches? So let's see. The highest paid NFL coaches typically make more than $10 million annually, although there's little transparency when it comes to NFL coaching salaries, as the case here. I'm not buying your advertisement. As the case here. Okay, so Antonio Pierce, they don't even know how much he goddamn make. They don't know how much he make. Jonathan Gannon makes between $1 and $5 million. Dayball makes between $2 and $4. Let's keep going. Top of the morning. Let's keep going. Gerard Mayo making 3.5. Mike McDaniel making 3.5. Boy, I thought coaches made more than this, but maybe I'm tripping. D'Amico Ryan's making 4.6. Let's just keep going. D'Amico Ryan's making 4.6. What is Dan Campbell? Dan Campbell making 4.5. So let's get into the top. Doug Peterson at Jacksonville making 8.5. Mike McDonald with the Seahawks making 9. Frank Reich with the Panthers making 9. John Harbaugh with the Ravens making 12. He's a Super Bowl guy. He can get what he wants. Tomlin making 12.5. He's a Super Bowl guy. He can get what he wants. Kyle Shanahan is making 14. He's a Super Bowl guy. He can get what he wants. Sean McVay making 15. He's a Super Bowl guy. He can get what he wants. Jim Harbaugh is making 16. He's an old Super Bowl guy. He can get what he wants. Sean Payton making 18. He's a Super Bowl guy. He can get what he wants. Andy Reid making 20 because he's king here. He's Andy Reid's making 20 because he's king here. Got that white girl call it Avril Lavigne. Streets made me a king. So how much Mike McCarthy make? I ain't see Mike McCarthy. Okay, Mike McCarthy for the Cowboys. He makes $4 million. Okay, cool. Listen, I normally have never put things on the owner general manager. I normally don't. I've always been a guy that like his players, his coaches, his players, his coaches, his execution, players, coaches. When you start doing stuff like hiring bad coaches or goofy coaches, or you won't fire the weird coaches, that's when it becomes the owner general manager's problem. That's when it becomes the owner general manager's problem. So Jerry Jones once said, he came out and he said this, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Jones once says, hey, whatever the price is, I'll pay it. However much it costs to get back to a Super Bowl, I got the money. I'll pay it. That's what Jerry Jones says. I think Ben Johnson is the type of coach that can get you to the promised land. So if Ben Johnson wants, let's just say he's not a Super Bowl coach yet. Talking about some Lions. That's real talk. He's not a Super Bowl coach yet. Real shit. So if Ben Johnson, let's just say $15 million for Ben Johnson. If Ben Johnson comes out and says, I want $15 million and Jerry Jones don't want to pay it, then Jerry lied to us. Jerry lied to us. But that ain't nothing new, man. Y'all know how this go. Y'all know how this go. Ain't no salary cap on coaches. You're right. Jerry could just pay the money. He could just pay that. Just pay what he want. But Jerry's not serious. Supers. Let's get into them. Knock them out. Let's get in some of these supers and knock them out. How do I get the supers? I got to click on supers, of course. There we go. Here we are. And I'm going to go over some of the ones that I may have missed from the DLLS stream. Shaq the Vikings fan dropped 5 and says, can't wait to see your breakdown on Deion Walker, Kentucky One Tech. I heard good things about him. He's on my list. He's not on my list of next. I got a couple other tackles that I got to watch before him, but he's on my list. He's coming. We'll get here. Adrian Enriquez dropped 5 and says, honestly, Vice Jerry has a saying of how many reps players got over. Honestly, Vice Jerry has a saying on how many reps players get. How many reps players get. Everyone, period. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows that's why no one will get nowhere. Honestly, Vach, Jerry has a saying on how many reps players get. Everyone knows this. That's why we get nowhere and we'll get nowhere. Dead situation, anyone? Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. Appreciate you. Javante Delos dropping 5 and says, still running deuce up A and B gap and not trying screens or pitches or anything in space. Yeah, it's turning into nonsense. It's crazy. It's goofy. I think that's everybody. And then Vach, are you going live tonight from Justin? No, we didn't go live that night. The Lunatic says, I need 2 out of say Pito Pinche Cowboy. Okay, that's old. That's old. All right, we got that one pretty much covered. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Love y'all to pieces. Avery Wash dropped 5 and says, I know a lot of us are not big on Guyton, but I think our best hope is that he has a Colton Miller development path. Yeah, we all hope so. We all definitely would hope so. I don't like all that developing no way. You know what I'm saying? I need to know can you play first? And then based on if I feel like you can play or not, then I'll evaluate on how much better I think you can get. I don't want the player that can't play right now at all. But then maybe you'll get better in the future with a little bit of coaching. I'm not that guy. That just ain't me. When's the next film night? Tomorrow. We'll be watching a ton of film tomorrow. So I appreciate you for asking, and I appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, we already started watching draft film in Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. So if y'all want to tap in with that, feel free. Let me see if any other Dallas Cowboy content creator is on right now. Haven't done a good read in a minute. Let's see if anybody's live right now. Let's see if anybody's live right now. I ain't seeing nobody live right now, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Another defense tackle to look at, Voch, is Alfred Collins. Listen, I appreciate you. I really do appreciate your recommendations, but trust me, believe me when I say I'm going to watch 250 players. Just like I watched 250 players last year. Just like I watched 210 before that. I might watch more than 250 players this year because I got to do draft show. Trust me, I'm going to get to them. All right. Love y'all to pieces, man. We're doing draft on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. So y'all be sure to tap in if y'all ain't doing nothing else. I love y'all to pieces. Thanks for tapping in with me. Y'all hold down for the dose, close to pieces. Till next time. Salute.